Okay, so today we're going to visit one of the famous floating markets here in Bangkok, Thailand. So now we're just going to walk. What? Oh, it looks nice. Oh, your favorite?
50 baht.
Yeah. They look huge. What are they? Oh, what are we walking into? What? Our cars. Oh, fruit. What are they trying to drive up for when there's nowhere to park? Looks like a lot of different plants. So yes, apparently these floating markets are very popular for tourists, and yeah, we've decided to take a drive here. So yes, I'll show you guys around as we walk up and down, and yeah, it was a pretty quick trip from where we live, about 150 baht or so on the taxi. From there, yeah, so we're just going to keep going. Just give me a sec. I got one, huh? So you got to get your temperature check when you come in, and yeah, and they put a little sticker on you, a little label. But yep, let's keep looking around. A lot of sort of fruit and vegetables here. Little snack. Ah, the oranges. Yeah. Ah, snacks. Oh, what's that? Some sort of fish. Chilies. What?
Hi desserts.
What
Hi
are they?
desserts. Tea with milk and sugar. And
Milk and sugar, so they're sweet.
yeah.
Oh, okay. What's this? Some sort of wine or
Honey.
honey?
Original honey.
Oh, original honey. Yeah. They are. More snacks. So deep fried chicken, drinks. Oh, your little sweet things.
Yeah.
There are fruits. Oh, they're your soaps. They're oils. These are the oils you should be. You want to buy to burn in your oil burner. Street snacks. What are these? What's that? Oh, mango and sticky rice.
ท่านผลิตตัวและจำหน่ายตั๋วทั่วไปนะครับรอบนี้รอบ11 นาฬิกา 30 นาทีนะครับใครท่านใดนะครับมีความประสงค์อยากจะล่อง
I'm
เรือ
going to take one of those little
ไป
boat
นั่งเรือ
rides
ชมคลอง
on
ไป
the
ชมวิ
water.
ถีชีวิต
We
บ้าน
can
ริ
find
ม
where
คล
to
อ
do
ง
it.
นะครับไปขึ้นวัดไหว้พระที่วัดเกาะไปทำทานอาหารปลาที่วัดปากน้ำฝั่งใต้นะครับเชิญเลยนะครับติดต่อสอบถามนะครับมาดูแผนที่การเดินเรือด้านนี้นะครับมี2 อย่างให้เลือกนะครับเป็นเรือแบบขายตั๋วไปไหว้พระกับเป็นไพรเวทเป็นเรือส่วนตัว
ก็11 ครึ่งนะคนละ79 บาทไปกลับ1 ชั่วโมงแต่ถ้าเกิดเป็นไพรเวท
ส่วนตัวนี่มันจะไปคนละทาง ส่วนตัวมันจะเอานี่ไป
ตั๋วก็ได้นะ
ไปผ่าน
อ่ะ
ไปขึ้นไหว้พระไปทำทาน
นั่น
ให้
น่า
ทาน
เดียว
ได้นะครับ
รอกันลาอันนี้ครับ
Walk around. Okay.
เป็นนะ
So how much was that?
79 baht go and back
79 baht. Going back.
about $1
Oh, that's not bad. For 79 baht. So we just walk first and then we
if you intend to come back
okay. What's that? Some sort of jelly. Desserts.
yeah
Different desserts. We've got places to eat. You can tell there's lots of sort of aromas sort of coming from all the different cooking going on, and it looks very interesting, and there's a lot of people sitting here eating, mainly locals. I don't see a huge amount of tourists at the moment, but yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy this day exploring. Oh, a bit wobbly.
พัทยาสลัด
That's all restaurants in there where you can get little snacks, and as you come in there's a lot of different snacks you can get as well. Oh, look at little boats. Here are the sort of traditional boats that you can go out on. Tourists. The river. Anyway, these are just some of the photos around the markets that I took before we ended up going on our boat tour. And so you can see there's a few different, it's quite a nice little place to sit, and there is a variety of food here you can get. It was pretty quiet when we were about to go, and it got a lot more busy when we got back. And yes, the market's got a variety of stuff in it, whether it's plants, whether it's food, whether it's clothes, whether it's little knickknacks. There was quite a variety of stuff there at these actual markets that we went in. We got ourselves a nice iced coffee before we got on the boat, and also got some sort of traditional Thai desserts. And as you can see the photos of the boats here, these are the sort of boats. This is the boat that we sort of went out on the tour, as you can see with the photo of us both in it. And it was a group for 79 baht each. You can't complain. I was initially expecting a certain type of tour, but the tour still surprised me, and you'll see what we sort of saw as we travelled around. A lot of just really nice designs. The houses. It's actually very interesting to see the sort of lifestyle people live.
แต่ปัจจุบันนี้ใช้มีเฟซบุ๊กไอ้เฟซบุ๊กเน่าดิแล้วบอกได้เดี๋ยวพูดถึงจะมีอะไรนะค่าน้ำค่าไฟแต่ว่าแล้วบอกรู้สึกแล้วบอก
Fire tree.
ในคลองเราก็มี3 แยก 4 แยกเหมือนกันนะมี3 แยกมี 4 แยกด้านหน้าก็จะมี
It's just very interesting seeing people actually live this lifestyle.
If the boat turn the left side, go to the Wat Arun temple. Do you know? The boat go to the left side, go to Chao Phraya River and Wat Arun temple. Do you know Wat Arun? The temple of Dawn, left side Wat Arun. The Grand Highlight, the left side Wat Arun temple. Wat Rakang, Wat Arun.
Mon Canal. What's that? Bra?
คลองชักพะชนาก็คือวัดอรุณชาแนล
เลี้ยวขวาเปลี่ยนคลองนะคะจากคลองสะปักเข้าสู่คลองบางเชือกหนักนะคะเชื่อมโยงกับคลองบางน้อยคลองบางจะเหลือเรียกรวมคลองนอนเขตด้านซ้ายเขตภาษีเจริญสวัสดีคุณยายสวัสดีค่ะคุณยาย
หน้าตาไม่มีลงร่วมเลย
เขตด้านซ้ายมือเขตภาษีเจริญเขตด้านขวามือเขตผลิตค่ะ
So interesting just seeing the lifestyle people are living here, and plus everyone just waving as they go by.
จอดให้อาหารปลาอยู่บนเรือกันทุกคนนะคะขนมปัง15 บาทขนมปังทานได้กินได้ทางวัดทำขายวันต่อวัน The first temple we are stop the temple only feed the fish you can buy bread 15 baht for feed the fish feed the fish feed the dog feed the crocodile feed to me I am hungry ซ้ายมือก็สถานตำรวจบางเสาธงนะคะ Building this is police station this is police station ขาไปนี่ไกด์จะพูดเยอะขากลับนี่ให้ฟังสบายนั่งกันสบายถ่ายรูปกันนะขาไปก็ไกด์ก็อธิบายหมดแล้วนะคะขากลับก็สบายหมดละ The temple is วัดปากน้ำฝั่งใต้คนละที่กันนะคะกับวัดปากน้ำหลวงพ่อสดแต่ว่าชื่อวัดปากน้ำเหมือนกันของเราวัดปากน้ำฝั่งใต้
What's this, a temple or a temple?
วัดปากน้ำฝั่งใต้ฮัตโตแน่อันน่าแต่ว่าโอลิฟิตอีกนะอยู่บนเรือกันนะคะ15 บาทขนมปัง15 บาทค่ะ
What are we stopping here?
Only stop and buy some bread for fish.
Oh, okay.
โอลิฟิต15 บาท15
Shit, look at it. I didn't realise all the fish.
15 บาท15 บาท Stay on the boat only
Catfish. See, they're big.
ขนมปังทานได้พ่อบางแสนนะขนมปังทานได้ค่ะ
You can just throw your net in and catch them. They're so big. Look at the size of the buggers. Oh, lucky I'm using a GoPro. I've got the waterproofing casing on.
ขนมปังทานได้ค่ะขนมปังขายวันต่อวันนะคะทานได้ใช่ได้
Oh yeah. There's splashing water everywhere. They're hungry buggers. Whoa. Look at the size of these bloody fish. They're really big. No, I don't want to eat the bread. I'm not a fish. Feed it to the fish. Yeah, hold this. Oh, I'll throw it in. Yeah, they're huge brothers. People actually eat these things too.
Okay, done.
As we continued along the river, you can kind of see all these sort of like traditional Thai life and traditional Thai houses located along the sides of the river here. It was interesting to see them, and some of them were in disrepair, some of them were a bit more modern and looked after, and there was a couple there that you could only get to by boat. And how these things stay together, I'm not sure, but they were very interesting to look at, and the traditional Thai life and thinking about how people live here on the river. And as you're going along and taking photos and filming, there was people waving at you and you would wave back. And but yeah, it was just interesting seeing normal Thai life and how these people live along the river and the designs of the houses, and from the very old to the more modern designs. It was just purely interesting seeing these things. And but following this sort of little view here, we did eventually come across a temple, which you'll see shortly in the video.
The main road named Jalan-Sedigung Road, separate Kalichan and Bangkok. Hello, welcome to Thailand. Come, there you go. Hello to Thai, I like Kalichan. เรานะคะเราอยู่ที่ต่างจังหวัดแต่จริงๆอดีตนั้นฝั่งทนเป็นจังหวัดชลบุรีเดี๋ยวนี้ใช่ค่ะรวมตัวจังหวัดพระนครจังหวัดชลบุรีจึงทำให้ตลิ่งชันฝั่งตรงนี้ก็เป็นกรุงเทพมหานคร Before this area the province nowadays include together Bangkok and Chonburi province include together nowadays this area this is Bangkok สะพานด้านหน้านะคะซ้ายมือออกจากแยกไปฉายที่ซ้ายมือออกจากแยกไปฉายขวามือออกพุทธมณฑลสาย1 2 3 4ก็เลยตอนนี้จะมานะตอนนี้จุดนะสวัสดีค่ะบ้านท่านเหนือ Make all food Thai style beautiful very beautiful white side this ภาคเหนือภาคกลางเป็นสูงอยุธยาอะไรนะเพราะภาคหน้าร้อนนะหน้า
So we're just taking one little stop on the tour here, where we're just going to explore this temple here. So I'll just show you around one of these sort of temples in the middle of this sort of floating market tour. And well, let's have a look. There's the temple all around us. Down there you get to see more of it. But Anne wants to take a look up here. I think this is where the locals are. Look at the fish down there. They're everywhere, these bloody things. The big catfish. This is it from the local way of life. Here's our boat we've been travelling in. But yeah, it's really interesting seeing the local life, the way people live along the river here, and I don't know what it's like when it floods here, but it's just really fascinating to actually see this sort of lifestyle. And it's worth that little bit of money. What was it, 79 baht each?
Pardon?
The cost of the tour each?
Yeah,
79 baht.
79 baht.
Yeah, so it's worth it for the trip.
Hi. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yes, but you got to love this place. Like here we're going to just look at a temple. I don't know whether they're taking us to any of the places where they actually sell food. Yes, everyone waves to the boats that go by. But we're going to take a little bit of a walk around and we'll check down in this temple here. So let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Baby.
Okay, I think we have to take our shoes off to go in here. You want to look inside? Alright, we'll take our shoes off then. And I'll just turn this off for a sec. Or I'll show you in, actually.
And then
Let's go in.
Behind, interesting, is the body of the monk. The body hid in the grass of tree. Right?
So this is where there's a, it's at the body of the monk. So there's actually a very religious figure here that's been buried here. And so how long is this, so this temple was built for the monk? Or is just a figure here, a religious figure?
I think about 300 years old, 312
Yeah.
years old.
Ah, no.
Take off shoe.
Ah. Take off shoe. So what we just saw in there was apparently that monk was a very religious figure here, from what the tour guide explained to me. And in front of the prayer area there is his actual body, which because he was a significant figure here. I don't know the full history of it, but yeah, apparently he was quite a significant figure, and that's why they kept his body here in the actual temple. It is a nice peaceful place just to stop, and for tourists, when you're stopping here, there is like basic facilities like toilets, but right now I'm just going to put my shoes on and keep going. But it's just part of the tour stop, that they stop at this temple and they walk around and they explore. But okay, I'll just keep going. I'll just have to put my shoes back on. Streety dogs. Looks like places you can eat here. Temples. Looks like they feed the street dogs that come here. Leftover rice. Oh, here we go. It's just another temple area. Just another temple here. That's another section of the temple complex, I should say. Another place where people come to pray. We're going to head back to the boat.
On building, 300 years old.
That building's 300 years old?
Yeah.
Ah. What's with all the chickens?
It's because all my king is about Kunsi Ayutthaya, right? He has some war with Myanmar.
Yeah.
And he like chicken.
Yeah?
I think it's behind.
Must have been part of the original structure.
Yeah.
Just there. Okay, here we go. We're going back on the boat.
มันเพิ่งมาออกอยู่ตรงนี้กระป๊อดกระแป๊ดอยู่นะออกไปข้างนอกเมื่อเช้าเห็นไหมไม่นั่งไม่ยอม
We're going down one of the other side rivers now. Very traditional looking houses. Sort of local life. It looks like at one stage there was walls along here, like things people could walk on.
Yeah.
But they're all gone. Washed away by floods. Still got some of them. Walkways.
Skywalk.
Yeah, skywalk. People trying to grow some of their local stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And herb.
Vegetable and herbs.
Yeah.
Jackfruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very traditional house. Dragon fruit. Traditional way. Yeah. Some people have their own tour boats. Oh, vegetables in the water. So they grow those to eat. Oh, okay. You just pick out of the water as you're going down. That's that one. Yeah. Yeah. I think there's a lot of original Thai style here. Oh yeah, original Thai style house. But those ones are dying now because they're falling apart and they're building more modern houses. But still some of the traditional stuff survives. Your vegetables, there you go. Someone's got a better boat. Fast one. looks like they're slowly rebuilding. That looks fairly modern. Get onto that house. There's no walkway. You probably have to catch a boat. Look at these. What are they growing? What's he doing in the water? Well, the tour was not exactly what I expected because I don't know whether it's COVID or whether it's just not as busy as it used to be. But it was more like a tour of the way of life, the way people live along here on this river tour. But here we're just going to get some lunch or late breakfast for such. So here we're back from the tour. And this is what we're going to try eating. What have you found? And she's just looking around for food. But I don't know. See, you have to sit on your backside if you're sitting on these places. Anyway, we're going to try and find some food. So yes, we've decided to sit down and eat something, find some food, and don't know what we're ordered, but Anne ordered it, so I don't know, what did you order?
I'm going to order noodle for you.
Noodle?
Yeah.
That all? Okay, so it looks like I'm eating noodles, but
Curry, red, yellow curry.
pork and yellow curry, okay. And but just the thing about this place where we're sitting in the markets, if you're used to sitting on your knees or sitting cross-legged, then you're going to find plenty of places to sit and eat. But there is some places where you can find chairs, and so I had to walk along a little bit to find chairs, because sitting cross-legged, as you can see, just looking at the way people are sitting, it's a little bit uncomfortable for me. But anyway, we're going to get some food. And yep, the tour is worthwhile because you do get to see real Thai life. You do get to see the sort of way people live along the river. We did stop at a temple. I was thinking that we were going to be like going along and seeing a lot of like floating markets, like boats selling food and things like that. But I didn't get to see exactly what I wanted. But that being said, I still enjoyed the boat ride. It was relaxing. It was a bit cool because the wind's constantly blowing by. And overall, yeah, for that 79 baht, it was worthwhile. But I'm not sure what's happened to the traditional floating markets where all the boats are there selling food, because I didn't see any of them this time. So it could be the impact of COVID, or it could be the impact of other things. But anyway, let's see. So, I'm not sure what this is. Let's eat. But I guess I'll try it. Like there's some sauce, some satay chicken. We got some Pepsi and Coke, and we're gonna eat. Looks like some people can handle sitting cross-legged, but yeah. So that's the food. What's this? What is it? So what's inside them? Ah. They're sort of sweet. I thought that was some sort of chili, but they're sweet. Just a little bit fatty, but nice. I like the satay sauce. Little satay sticks. The noodle's nice. So after we finished eating, we were just taking a gradual walk back along the markets. And as you can see here, there's a lot of sort of traditional sort of street food type stuff, but there's also a lot of fruit, a lot of little knickknacks, like little pieces of jewellery. There was nice oils. There was some traditional local honey, which we actually bought, as well as a variety of other sorts of Thai treats that you could like, and desserts and things like that along here. There was also like, as you can see here, there's some sweet stuff. There's other sorts of snacks which the Thai people like, and as we walked along, yep, again street food, but there was also a variety of plants along here. Oils, like we bought some sort of lavender oil here, typical vegetables, fruit, and it was quite cheap here. It wasn't that expensive. What Anne was telling me as we were walking along, you could get like little fancy plants, like there was these little Japanese plants. There's all small plants that you can customize and shape them. Bonsai, that's what I'm thinking of. And but yeah, it was interesting walking through here and just seeing what they had for sale. And you can see by some of the pictures I've put up. So now we're finished our little exploration of the markets here and the little boat tour that we had, and now we're going to head home, and hope you enjoy some of the photos and videos that I've taken here. And you can see here, you can buy plants here, you can buy fresh fruit here, you can buy random clothes here. I can see there's some clothes markets, and there's all little nicks and knacks and all little bits and pieces that you can actually pick up and buy here, and they're reasonably cheap too. Like the fruit and that's reasonably well priced. But we're going to catch a taxi back now, and it's worth a visit, even just for the boat tour, if you want to see what sort of local river life's like for the Thai people here, and also get a few little cheap things here while you're at it. So you've got a lot of plants as well, and coffee and all sorts of things here. But anyway, heading home now, and if you like this video, hit like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll bring more good content soon. Okay, bye all, have a good day.